Ron's Gone Wrong might be one of the most surprising animated movies I've seen in quite a while. It's absolutely delightful, and I promise you it's going to put a smile on your face. What's going on, buddy? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today we're discussing Ron's Gone Wrong. This is the story about Barney, an awkward middle schooler, and Ron, his new walking, talking, digital connected device. Ron's malfunction, set against the backdrop of the social media age, launched them on a journey to learn about true friendship. I really didn't have much interest in for this one, but my girlfriend, every time we walked past the poster at the movie theaters, she goes, "I want to see that." Probably never even saw a trailer, but saw the poster and said, "I want to see that. Ron looks cute. I need to see this." So, of course, when the press invite came in, I said, well, let's go see it. I'll give it a shot. And I'm glad she actually did that with the poster, because I think this is a movie that not many people are going to check out, but they really should, because it's not just delightful, it's an absolute surprise when it comes down to an animated movie. Of course, this is coming from 20th Century Studios, who is now owned by Disney. I didn't know how this was going to go. A lot of animated films for me, when it's not from Disney or Pixar, really much don't hit the mold for me. But Ron's Gone Wrong has a lot of great elements to it that absolutely surprised me, and I smiled a lot through this, and also laughed. This is a really good family animated movie, because there's jokes for adults, and there's jokes for kids, and it just mixes very well. Of course, if you guys are new here, and you guys love talking movies as well, just as much as I do, you're in the right place. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep talking movies over here on a daily basis, as well as comment down below your guys' thoughts. Are you guys excited for this movie? Have you heard about it? Let me know down there. So starting with the pros, one of the big things I want to give this is actually the voice talent here. Knowing that Zach Galifianakis was playing Ron in here, I was a little bit hesitant, because I love Zach Galifianakis, but his voice is very iconic to me, because I've watched him in so many different things. But here, his voice actually is projected in a different way, where the second I'm watching Ron on the screen, I completely forgot that Zach Galifianakis was voicing this role, and it very much blended in and created and brought this character to life. In fact, a majority of the cast is very much like that. Jack Dillinger, Grazer plays Barney, Olivia Colman plays Donka, Ed Helms plays Jack Dylan Grazer's dad, and it just goes on and on from there. But every single voice talent here really mixes in, and I don't know what they did to really create that, but I did not see these actors whatsoever going in. I was actually pretty impressed with that, because a lot of time when I see films like this and it has the high cast like that, I can typically just hear the actor, but here they blended in very well. One of the biggest elements of this movie that was actually quite surprising, and again, I mentioned the humor in here. It's really much for kids and adults, and there's kind of a mix in between of them all that really much work in that age. And I'm not saying there's any raunchy, dirty jokes like Shrek had, but the thing that was smart in here was its messaging. There's a message for every person that is involved with this. Whether it's adults taking their kids to see this, they're going to get the message of, well, maybe my kid shouldn't be in front of the screen or phone too much. And for kids, I think it gives that message that, hey, we should go outside, we should make friends and be more social, and not just depend on our devices to make friends with one another. We're so reliant now in this age of social media and just an age of technology that I remember when I was a kid, I didn't have a phone until, I don't know, 7th, 8th grade. And by then, I was just making friends in person. I feel a lot of now, it happens all over social media. And social media has grown to be such a big thing. And Ron's Gone Wrong really much develops that and creates this nice isotypic place that it's not bonking you over the head into the point where it's like, hey, you should not use social media and technology. No, it shows the best aspects of it, but also shows what happens when we're too inclined with it, and when it becomes a major part of our entire lives, and in general, what we might be missing out on. I love when animated films can really much get a point across in its message, but also tell it throughout its storytelling, and not a way that needs to, again, bonk you over the head, because so many films do that. Ron's Gone Wrong does this in a very simplistic but fun manner that had me smiling throughout the entire film. Ron is just an adorable character. Imagine Baymax mixed with Iron Giant. That is exactly what Ron is. And in fact, if you don't know, I'm a major fan of Iron Giant, and this movie has a lot of fun elements and a lot of callbacks to that film that I wouldn't be surprised if they used that as an inspiration for it. The second I see that there's Iron Giant references, I'm all in. Now let's get down to my mixed category, which the mixed category is a little bit of the animation. It's not great, it's not amazing, nothing one of the most invested things that I've ever seen in my life, but it was unique to itself. I think we've definitely seen some stronger animated films over the last couple of years, but for me, with Ron's Gone Wrong, I liked it. I can just see other people maybe not enjoying it too much. Rounding out to my cons, there's one con that did hold this film back from being freaking spectacular. Now, if my girlfriend was reviewing this, her exact words was 10 out of 10 would recommend. Maybe some of you will agree with that. For me, I really do recommend this one. I do think it's actually really delightful and, again, a giant surprise of 2021 because I actually thought this was going to be kind of a forgettable animated movie that really was going to make me laugh, probably eye roll here and there, but I actually got pretty emotionally invested within the two characters' relationship and where that developed. And again, this story, the messaging, and his family and friend network is so funny. Really much when it comes down to my con, the one issue I had with it is the movie is too long. It's about an hour and 48 minutes, and I feel like there was at least 20 minutes of the film that you could have completely wiped out, or maybe even 10. Now, I understand why they used point A to point B to point C to point D, but there were multiple times in the story where I was like, okay, it's about to end here. Okay, no, we're still going, even though it felt like we already hit the climax. Okay, it's about to end here. Okay, no, we're still going. Okay, it's going to end here. No, we still got to go. There's another climax to get to. And there's multiple points where it's like it's rising action would shoot up and then go back down. Rising action would shoot up and go back down. And I have a lot of issues when movies do that. And it just doesn't feel right for me in the pacing of it all. Now, maybe on a rewatch, this may improve. But for me, there were multiple points where I was like, okay, this is like a perfect place to wrap up. I get the message and all that. But then it just kept going, and then it kind of got a little bit repetitive towards the end with certain acts and manners of things that this one character that is like pretty much Steve Jobs, but like a super villain of Steve Jobs. You'll get it when you see it. Overall, Ron's Gone Wrong is actually a really surprising movie. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Did not expect to like it as much as I did, and I walked out with such a delight saying, you guys should all go see this. It's a giant surprise. Yes, the animation is something that we've seen all the time before, but that's not why we're here. We're here for the story, the jokes, the characters, and in general, how it kind of is an homage to Iron Giant in today's society now. Just playing more on the social media and technological advances of all that. I really dug that. I found this to be such a heartwarming adventure, and overall, I'm going to give Ron's Gone Wrong a B+. Really curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. Again, even with my cons, this movie was just such a delight, and it put a big smile on my face. Something that we all need in this day and space, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be feeling the exact same way. So thank you once again for watching this. If you guys are interested in seeing movies early, head on over to Sandwich Run Films on how to see those. And of course, it's a big thank you to you and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. So of course, until next time, stay classy.